What languages does he speak?
What physical struggles does she face? What message will God use to transform his life? How does God want to touch her today?
HCJB Global asks these questions every day. We are passionate about discipling people to be the voice and hands of the growing church.
But what does it mean to be the voice and hands of the church? Where are these voices heard? Who are these hands touching?
Imagine the crowd of witnesses watching the recent celebration of Papua New Guinea's first Christian radio network. Soon, the entire country will be covered with the life-giving messages of Christ brought to them through missionary radio.
Imagine the impact of this mobile medical caravan as it travels to the small Andean villages struggling to survive and longing for wholeness. They have no medical facilities, only the hope of those who will come and use their hands to heal.
From the radio towers in Papua New Guinea to the clinic sites in Ecuador, God is using HCJB Global's faithful service in media and healthcare ministries to see the next generation of voices and hands equipped to bless their communities.
Through radio planting efforts and community healthcare clinics, HCJB Global partners with ministries around the world. But long before these radio stations and healthcare clinics, there was a simple vision.
In 1930, Clarence Jones heard God's words, "Come up to this mountain." This would mean taking his young family south to Ecuador to the Andes Mountains. The radio ministry started as a whisper in 1931, but soon the voice of the Andes, Radio HCJB, reached around the world to closed countries and forgotten places. These shortwave radio call letters, HCJB, have become the foundation for the radio and healthcare network that today is declaring and demonstrating God's love throughout the world. For many years, the voice of Christian radio spread the word of God through shortwave radio, and Healing Hands of our medical ministry focused on Ecuador's great need. But as time and the world progressed, it became clear that God was calling HCJB Global from a global ministry operating from a single location via long-distance radio and local healthcare to a ministry working on the ground around the world to establish media and healthcare ministries. As a part of these changes, HCJB Global moved its international headquarters to Colorado Springs. This new mountain home along the Front Range of the Rockies is now the strategic center for the development and support of broadcasting and healthcare initiatives around the world.
Modeled on successful ministries in Ecuador, HCJB Global began using its experiences to build partnerships. To date, the mission has seen God open the door to on-the-ground ministry in 5 geographical regions, supported by key offices around the world. Whether you visit the regional office in Singapore, the engineering center in Elkhart, Indiana, or the international headquarters in Colorado Springs, Colorado, you'll find a select team of dedicated Christians committed to disciple believers, engage partners, gather resources, and celebrate God at work.
At HCJB Global, we've seen firsthand that God delights in using people to accomplish His purpose for this world. Our faithful team is passing on that value as we disciple local leaders and train them to use media and healthcare ministry in innovative, new ways.
As God multiplies the voice and hands of the growing church, our role becomes even more important. Who will disciple these eager believers? Who will provide practical training in media and healthcare to those eager to use these tools? HCJB Global is prepared to equip these voices and hands, but we need your help. Please support HCJB Global in these strategic ministry efforts.